Good afternoon and welcome to the CMR News Hour. Top story this week. One Mrs. Asha Jitendra has been reportedly murdered by her husband Mr. Jitendra. The couple had been married for 6 months and this happened on 27 September 2006. There have been reported dowry harassment issues going on between the two, and as time has it, nothing has ever been comfortable between the couple. There had been turbulent times where there have been reported fights over the dowry harassment issue. Now, over to our correspondent, Mr. Hari.
Here, in the village of Chikmagalur, house the couple Asha and Jitendra, who got married on 20th of April 2006. Not long after this marriage, this beautiful town, Chikmagalur, has a sad story to tell. I have here with me Mr. Onkarappa, the maternal uncle of Asha, the deceased, who would like to throw some light on this story. Thank you, Mr. Onkarappa.
Namaskara.
Why do you think that this is a murder, Mr. Onkarappa?
Tumba Vishaya there, sir. Many things are there to say, sir. I know Asha from when she was small, sir. And firstly, sir, Jitendra and Asha, when they got married, sir, there were a lot of dowry issues. A lot of fighting, sir. Jitendra used to beat Asha many times, sir. And one time Asha came to my house and I asked her, "Enaito Asha, what happened, Asha?" So she said, sir, that he had beat her a lot the other day. She was very sad, sir. And she told me the other day she left her outside the house and locked her out, sir. It was raining, sir, in the rain. In fact, many times, sir, I've gone and stopped them, sir, from fighting with each other. And this is what has been happening, sir.
So, Mr. Onkarappa, you're saying that you know Asha much better than her parents, right?
Howdu, sir. I've known her from very small. Chikvaisinda, I've known her, sir. So,
do you think that the unhappy marriage led Jitendra to murder his wife Asha?
Yes, sir. Because they were fighting a lot, sir, he decided to murder her, sir, finish her, sir, so that she can be outside the picture, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Onkarappa. We share your grief.
Namaskara.
Now we have another witness, Mrs. Lakshmi, who happens to be Asha's neighbor, who is also one of the main witnesses. Namaskara, Mrs. Lakshmi.
Namaskara.
Mrs. Lakshmi, what did you see on the day of the murder?
On that day evening, Asha had come to my house. She was still 4 o'clock in my house. Later, she went to her house. At 6 o'clock, Jitendra was screaming. Immediately, I went outside to see what has happened in their house. When I entered their house, I was shocked seeing Asha lying on the floor.
Okay, so what did you see when you saw Asha's body? Did you observe anything?
Yes, sir, yes. There was some round blue color mark near her mouth.
Okay.
It was a round blue color mark.
Anything else you observed, Mrs. Lakshmi?
Yes. There was a mark near her neck also. One line near her neck.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Lakshmi. Thank you very much. The evidence provided by the main witness, the maternal uncle of Asha, Mr. Onkarappa, had to be scrutinized very heavily by the court, and it was. This is just so that there is no falsified implications against Mr. Jitendra, the accused.
The genesis of the case is the complaint that had been lodged by the deceased Asha's father, Mr. Shiv Kumar, with the Chikmagalur Rural Police Station upon suspecting foul play in the death of his daughter when he had learnt of it. Let's move on to see now what the parents of Asha, the deceased, have to say.
We now have here with us the parents of Asha who would like to share their opinions about this case. Mr. Shivakumar and Mrs. Jayamma. So, madam, thank you so much for coming. So, you were the one who lodged the complaint, right?
Yes, sir.
So, can I know what happened on that day and what made you lodge the complaint, sir?
Sir, on 27th September, I had received a call from Upendra stating that my daughter had hanged herself. On hearing the news, I immediately collapsed, sir. After which my wife and some of the locals had come over and helped me out. We proceeded towards my daughter's house. At a place I could see her body lying down. It was very pale and she had she had the puncture around her neck, and that made me lodge the complaint.
So, madam, could you tell us what happened? Like, what were your activities on the 27th? Where did you go? Whom did you meet on the 27th September, please?
ಆವಾಗ ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಗಳೂರು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಇವಾಗ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ.
Did your daughter accompany you, sir, madam?
No.
Why didn't she accompany you?
She gave some, we don't know, sir. She just gave some reason, and she said that she would come the next day.
Okay.
Before that she passed away.
So you didn't ask her exactly why she would be not coming?
We didn't ask her because we could not ask her.
And anything else, madam, that happened on the day? Why did you had to go to the hospital, madam?
ಆವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಗಂಡ ಮತ್ತು ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದರು. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ 4:15 ಬಂದರು. ಮತ್ತು 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ತರಲಿ ಹೋದರು.
So how was your daughter's married life at that point in time, sir?
There were no issues at all. Like in every family they have these fights, but we didn't expect it to end up in this circumstance. She was happy.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಇದ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ವರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಏನೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು.
But sir, you had given a complaint to the High Court of Karnataka and the Chief Minister of Karnataka at that point in time. You wanted your son-in-law not to go out of Chikmagalur. Could you tell something about that, sir?
There were pressure from a lot of sides actually, and this actually made me go ahead and request the Chief Minister to ensure that my son-in-law doesn't do.
Okay. What sort of pressures did you come across, sir? Did you really think that there was something fishy in the marriage?
No, sir. There's nothing fishy as such. It was, in every marriage, you know that there will be ups and downs, and it was the same thing. So, but you know, there was a lot of pressure from the society itself to lodge that complaint, and yes, I did it.
Madam, when you went to your daughter's house, where was she found? Can you tell us anything about that, please?
ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಆವಾಗ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಹೊರಡು ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಬಾಗಿಲು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ತಟ್ಟಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಬಾಗಿಲು ತೆಗಿಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮುರಿದುಕೊಂಡು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಆಶಾ ನೇರು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
Okay. So you don't have anything. So if you're saying that your first daughter and Mr. Jitendra led a very happy life, Mr. Jitendra also tried to marry a girl from Arisikere, and also he has actually married your second daughter. What do you have to say about that, madam, sir?
We don't know about the girl in Arisikere, sir.
ಅರಸೀಕೆರೆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಕಿಡ್ನ್ಯಾಪ್ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನೇ, ಆದರೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ.
Do you agree with your wife, sir, on that?
Yes, definitely. We don't know anything about the girl from Arisikere, but yes, he has married off my second daughter.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Madam, sir, we share your grief. Thank you very much. That was the deposition, or that was the opinion given to us from the parents of the deceased Asha. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you, Hari. We are joined in our studios by Dr. Vrinda Prabha, who had conducted the post-mortem on Asha. Good afternoon, Dr. Vrinda. Dr. Vrinda, you had conducted this post-mortem and brought forth this report on Mrs. Asha. Could you run us through and bring out the highlights of this report?
Yes, most certainly. Actually, there were no wounds or bruises, but there was this bluish discoloration over the face, situated about 2 centimeters away from the left angle of the mouth, measuring 3 millimeter in diameters. Then there was another ligature mark found rising from the left side of the nape of the neck. Above the ligature mark, there is a smaller ligature mark measuring about 4 centimeter in length and 2 centimeter in breadth. According to Modi's medical jurisprudence and toxicology, as our guide, which defines many things such as suffocation, which is the root cause of the case.
Mentioning of the Modi's medical book on medical jurisprudence and toxicology, what in particular has this book got to say with regard to suffocation as a concept in causing the death of a person?
Suffocation is the form of death caused due to the exclusion of air from the lungs by means other than that of compression of neck. One of the means of suffocation is caused due to smothering, which is what the postmortem report suggests. According to the book, homicidal smothering is effected by forcible application of hand over the mouth and the nostrils, causing bruises on the lips and on the angles of the mouth alongside nostrils.
So all these things that you mentioned of homicidal smothering, asphyxiation, so on and so forth, were all these signs present on the body of the deceased when you had conducted this postmortem on Asha?
According to the report provided, many of the mentioned signs were found. Also, after the report from the expert consultant at KMC Mangalore, it is concluded that the death was caused due to asphyxia, could have been due to smothering but never by hanging.
Doctor, I think we both must agree that this case has indeed enough of twists and turns. Thank you for throwing factual light on the circumstances of this case. Although there have been many twists and turns in this case, no one can deny the fact that this has been indeed quite a complex one. Initially, the complainants were Asha's parents, but they too later on felt that indeed Asha had committed suicide, siding with the accused. However, once the truth wants to show up, none can deny it and no one can stop it. The depositions of the maternal uncle had turned out to be materialistic for the court, as the court relied heavily upon this evidence, and the attempts of the in-laws of Asha to fabricate evidence that in fact she had committed suicide had not worked out well. Justice once again has been served, and Mr. Jitendra, the accused, who the former husband of Asha, has been sentenced to jail under sections 201, 302 and 498A of the IPC. That's it from the CMR News Desk. We have more in store coming up for you tomorrow. Till then, good day and goodbye.